He's up the creek without a paddle, the fella.
What do you make of that situation, though? People's brothers going on radio stations, players using Instagram to announce their future?
Unfortunately, it's uncontrollable. That's, I mean, but I can remember, as we said earlier on, when I went to Leeds, I'd done my own contract. Yeah. I didn't even take the agent with me. You know what you want. You go in, you shake the bloke's hand, and away you go, But nowadays, they cause so much trouble in football, I think, these agents. Trying to unsettle players, especially, unsettling them. I think that's the worst thing. Try and get him away from China. There's only one person benefiting. He's in one of the best leagues in the world, and he wants to go and play in China.
In your day, though, the dressing room sort of policed itself a bit more maybe than now, wouldn't you say? You had players that were sort of, Wally Downs was maybe that man when you were at Wimbledon. The players looked after each other a bit.
Well, I don't know how it is now. I went in the dressing room at Liverpool a few years ago and with Stevie Gerrard, and they all had their headphones on, they all had their heads down. I said to Stevie, where's the atmosphere? Where's the camaraderie? He went, no, that's what it's like now, Vin. And I was like, wow, how can you get onto people and say, like if you're playing a game and you're marking, our left back's marking Kanchelskis against, Old Trafford, you give him stick all week about it, to get him in, give him the right frame of mind, so he's not going to let the players down. But, for me, the old way of doing it, this lad on the team bus in the dressing room would have been slaughtered. Not only his trousers and his suit would have been cut up, there'd have been a few other things cut up, I can tell you. No, Noble's a good lad in midfield, if I was going to rattle anybody early, I think it would be him because, he sort of makes West Ham tick. So I think one of the boys would want to get about him early doors to sort of show the others, your main man's took one here today. So, and you're next on the list. That's what we'd tell them.
So was it premeditated? Like, say, the McMahon moment, did you think in your head before the kick-off that you wanted to just...
No, 2 weeks before, not before the kick-off. It was 2 weeks before, mate. I started the run-up a week and a half before. No, there was a lot of banter went on. We got hammered in the press that we shouldn't be on the same pitch as some of the famous footballers and all the rest of it. So, we got grinded down on the bottom of people's feet before that cup final. And I'll tell you, the biggest thing, really, our worry, or certainly mine, was coming out of there. We could be having this conversation now, being the biggest losers in the FA Cup final. We could have lost 10-11-0 that day. We'd have been here under different circumstances. You see what I mean? So there was a lot of pressure on to do well. And, we had some unbelievable luck in that cup final. The first goal should have counted. The referee pulled it back. And I've cleared one off the line. Barnsley came in, and Dave Besant touched it with his fingertip, and just weird. It was just meant to happen, But you can't say that old team are out here tonight playing West Ham. It's not. It's about these new lads, and they've got to take that mantle on and say there is a way for. To beat these big teams.
Some new history.
And get it up there, get it in the box. This is a Premier League side that like playing it, and West Ham have always been a passing side. Get it up in the box, get a few elbows flying about, get a few crosses in, and see how they handle that. It looks like the West Ham kit man told the West Ham players not to crease the kit up or get it too dirty tonight, because they're not really having a go, are they? And that's what I said. If West Ham come here and don't fancy it too much, the boys could pull this off. If I was a Wimbledon player and I saw 9 or 10 of theEst Ham players come out with gloves on, I'd have really fancied it tonight.
I wonder how long it would be. I wonder how long it would be before you started mentioning the gloves. And look,
hello, son.
Hayden the Womble's over the moon, as is Vinnie Jones.
I had a good drink with him one night, I tell you, before the cup final.
I bet you did.
Yeah, but I did tell you, if West Ham came here and gave the boys a chance, they had to take it, and that's exactly what happened. And I imagine, I know Wally will tell you, in the old days, you have 8 or 9 opposition players turn up with gloves on, you'd not fancy your chances, and you'd probably tell the lads, come on, let's have some today.
Even that free kick there, that was almost a tired challenge, and I think if you give it to a player like Anderson a bit of time, a bit of quality.
Well, someone should have bullied him. Someone should have got in that wall and got in front of him and grabbed him round the neck and slung him out of the wall. That's what should have happened. He's ducked there and it's gone straight where the hole is, isn't it?
Your coaching career never really took off, did it?
And by the way, I'm not trying to get a job, Bob. I'm going back to the Sun in the morning.
You don't fancy a bit of Vinnie in the dressing room before a game?
No, well, he's running the team by proxy anyway on the phone from Los Angeles every day. He's on the blower. What you doing? Where you go? So, why is he playing? Why ain't he playing? So,
WhatsApp. He showed me how to work WhatsApp. So now I drive him mad every day.